I'm going to show you now is really sort of next level sort of thing. It's quite simple to do, but it can be quite a complex theory to get behind, and that's using displacement maps. And while I'm not going to get into full detail on these, what displacement maps do is they allow you to place a grayscale black to white image and have your another image affected, transformed almost to appear to match that. So whatever's going to be white is going to come closer to our person, what we see, and whatever's black is going to appear further away. And we're going to use this for the particles. So with the particles that we just created, they're just sort of, they've just got a slight little movement there. It doesn't look fantastic, just a little bit of movement. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to create a displacement map for that. So to create a displacement map, I'm going to go File, New, once again create a new document. Let's just make it square for the moment, but you may wish to make it the same size as the document. So if you did, maybe this is roughly about HD 1080p, and let's create that. And what I want my particles to do is just sort of move forwards and backwards a little bit in more of a random sort of appearance. So to do that, I'm going to switch to my default colors, which is black and white. And to do that, you can either manually click and change them. I'm going to just press D on my keyboard. That's going to switch them to black and white. Now what I'm going to do is to go to Filter, Render, and Clouds. And this will create a weird cloud pattern, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to go Filter, Render, Difference Clouds. It's going to do a difference pattern. And you may wish to do this over and over again. You get different results each time too. You get something that you kind of like. So if you go Filter, right at the top here it'll be whatever your last thing was. So I'm going to just click that a few times and see if there's anything that really sort of jumps out and looks affected. Like that one, this one could kind of work for me. Next thing I want to do is actually want to blur this a little bit so it's less jarring, so they don't jump from one point to the next. So I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. And Gaussian Blur just allows us to manually adjust how blurry it is. So I'm going to push that up. I'm just going to blur that out a little bit, hit OK, and that kind of works for me. Next thing I'm going to do is save this sucker out. So I'm going to go File, Save, and in this case I'm going to save it to my computer, and I'm going to call this disp map or displacement map, and for particles, like so, and save it. Now you need to save this as a Photoshop document and save that through. Once that's done, I'm just going to go back to my Doritos sting here. Here's my particles, and I'm going to add that map that we just created, that black and white sort of cloudy thing, to these particles. To do that, I'm going to go to Filter, Distort, and Displace. Displacement map is going to come up here, and we've got horizontal and vertical scale, and this is essentially percentage that this is going to be applied. So you may need to adjust this. It's a bit of a hard one to fit. You can leave most of these other options as default for now, but I'm going to ramp this up to, say, let's try 50 by 50%. So horizontal is the depth and vertical is whether it's going to go left or right, and hit OK. I need to find that, so there's dismap particle spelled incorrectly, but that's okay, and hit Open. And as you can see, it's done this weird and wacky thing here, where a lot of it's kind of getting a bit stretched and all the rest of it. But if you hit the space bar, you can sort of see how as they move, they're now going to get stretched and warped according to the shape of the displacement map. So if that's too extreme, you can go and change that. So you can go to your displacement map, double click on it. Let's lower this down. Let's get down to, say, 20 by 20, see how that works. Hit OK. It will ask you to find it again, so make sure it's easily found. And that's probably going to look a little bit better. Those particles are moving and stretching, and they're doing some really cool stuff. And that's going to look a lot better than what we had before. And I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. So it's a nice little one to sort of have a play around with, and have a hack around, see that where that works. Also see if your particles will work better maybe behind the text or something like that. You know, as we move, we sort of we find new and exciting ways to apply things like so. That's it's getting there. So as I start showing you these things, hopefully you're coming up with new ways that you can maybe apply your own sort of effects and that sort of thing. So we really are sort of hitting quite a few different markers. And next I'm going to show you just a few techniques just for closing this up and getting it looking good.